Hello all, welcome back to my channel. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how we can add the validation on the reactive form. In the previous tutorial, I have drawn the form using reactive. So before proceeding further, if you have not followed me on the Instagram and Facebook, so please follow me. Here's the link, and also subscribe this channel if you're not subscribed yet. So I'll also recommend to watch my previous tutorial how we can draw the reactive form. So now I'm going to show you the validation. So this is my Angular code, and this was my reactive form that I have drawn in my last tutorial. So let me show you what dependency I have added. So on the module.ts file, I have added the reactive form module, and that module goes into the import section here. And on the ts file, I have added the few libraries from the form section, Angular form. These were the libraries. And on the HTML, just define the form name using form group and control using form control name. So this was the changes that we have done in the last tutorial. Now I'm going to add some validation on these two text box. So in order to implement the text box, we need to add one more library called validators. And here, if we want to make the field, any field, as mandatory, so just type validators dot required and save it. So let me run this application and we'll show you if this particular text box become valid or not. So while we are working on the reactive, so more code is written on the ts file comparison to HTML. So more code we have to written on this file as comparison to ts file. So on the template driven form, we have to make this control as a mandatory, so we have put here required, but in reactive we mention all the validation over here. Now the application compiled successfully, so we'll go to the browser and type localhost 4200. So now let me add two span so it will be more clear. It's for the name, and this is for the email section. Save it. So now if I go to the console and will show you, see on this st element, and see the property has been added. What are the properties? ng pristine as in class, ng pristine, ng invalid, ng touched. So if I type anything, so it will become valid because it's not mandatory. I mean it was mandatory, but I have put some value, so it's become valid. If I remove the all the value, so it's become again invalid. So it's same with the email. See, it's invalid first time. So what if I type anything, it's become valid. If I remove the value, it's again become invalid. So that means this validation is working perfectly, right? Okay, for the email I have to add an validation. Copy and paste. And what I have to do, but there is no any error message that shows this particular text box is mandatory or not. So what I have to do, so here we will create one function. So we'll say fname and return this dot function, this dot form name, which is register dot get, and then the property name. Property name, that means this form control name, and paste here and make it as get. So copy this function back to your HTML and add one div. On this div, use ngIf to show the error message. Sorry, ngIf equal to that particular method dot invalid, and save this. So this particular function will return if the value is entered or not, and on the basis of the value it will show the message. Okay, I have to enter some message. Please enter value. Save it. So it's compiled successfully. It's showing the error message. If I type anything, the message goes off. Yeah, because there is some value. It is not blank. If I remove the value, it's again showing the error message, right? So now this has become okay. And now I have to add some validation on this email. That is, I have to make this box as an mandatory, and plus have to verify the format of an email. So what I have to do, I have to add two validation, one for the email format and other is for the mandatory field. So here, rather than defining this, if we, in order to define more than one validation, and that will be defined under array. So paste, sorry, so validators dot required comma validators dot email. Save it. Now on the email section, we will define the error message in some different way. Like in this first way, we have create the method, and then we'll able to show the error message. But here we'll define some other way. Star ngif equal to, now my method name, I mean my form name dot get and what's my this form control name is email. Whatever we have written here, the same code we have written on this HTML, it will work. Close this and define, please enter email, sorry, one more thing, dot invalid. Then it should show the error message. It's showing the error message, right? This is showing the error message if I type anything. Okay, one second, I think there is some issue. Okay, got it. This is not working because this we have to add two validation. So under this we need to add one more div. Under this div we need to define one more validation code as an ngif. So need to check if this particular register dot get, which is an email, dot errors ternary operator dot required, right? That means if this is required, I mean if this text box is empty, then this particular error message will going to show. Save it, and the rest remain as it is. Let's check this time. Now if I enter anything, see, this goes off, and if I remove the text, then error message again is showing. So what if, I mean it is not still verifying the format. So for the format validation, I need to add one more condition. Just copy and paste, and this time it is not required. We'll check for email, and please enter valid format, and let's make the text box as an email. Save it. Please enter email. It's saying now I have entered something, but now it's checking the format, so it's not valid yet. If I put at the rate, and now it's become valid format. That is why error message goes off. If I remove something and start typing, it's checking the format. If I put everything at the rate, so it's become valid format, right? So that means for the email, the required and the email format is both we can easily verify on the reactive. And in order to implement more than one validation, we need to define inside an array, right? For the max length and min length, we can define over here as in comma. So for everything we have to define here. So thank you for watching this video. If you have any query regarding my previous tutorial or in this tutorial, please mention the question in the comment section. I will be very happy to answer. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe and press the bell icon in order to receive the notification of my videos, and please share this link with others. Thank you so much.